Listen, right now, somewhere inside you, there's a feeling you can't quite name. Maybe it happened this morning, maybe it's happening right now. Someone said something, or they didn't say anything at all. And suddenly, everything inside you shifted. Your chest got tight, your breath changed, your mind started racing, and before you even knew what was happening, you were already somewhere else. Not in the moment anymore, but in a story about the moment. A story about what they meant, what they always do, what this proves about them, about you, about everything. And here's the thing nobody tells you. The hardest moments in life aren't always about what other people do to us. They're about what wakes up inside us when it happens. That's where the real battle is. Not out there in the world, but right here, in the space between what happens and how we respond. Most of us lose that battle before we even know it started. We think we're reacting to what someone said, but really we're reacting to something much older. Something that's been waiting in the shadows for years, just looking for a reason to come back to life. You know what I'm talking about. One comment from your boss and suddenly you're 15 years old again, being told you're not good enough. One text message left unread and you're back in that relationship where you felt invisible. One tone of voice and you're right back in that moment when someone made you feel small. It's not really about today, it's never really about today, but your body doesn't know that, your heart doesn't know that, so it reacts like you're under attack right now, and before you can think, you're already defending yourself against a war that ended years ago. The Buddha taught something that sounds simple, but changes everything once you really see it. He said the problem isn't that life touches us. The problem is that we don't see clearly when it does. We react from the dark, we speak from the hurt, we make decisions from the fear, and then we wonder why the same patterns keep showing up in different faces, different jobs, different relationships, same pain, different packaging. So let me ask you something real. When was the last time you saw your reaction before it took over? Not after, when you're sitting there regretting what you said. Not during, when you're already halfway through the argument, but before. Before the words left your mouth, before you sent that message, before you shut down and built that wall. When was the last time you caught yourself right at the beginning, when it was still just a feeling in your body, before it became a weapon in your hands? Comment below and tell me what time it is, where you are right now, and where you're watching this from. I want to know you're really here with me in this moment, because here's the truth. Most people don't even notice a reaction until it's too late, until the damage is done, until the voice has already gone cold, until the silence has already turned into punishment, until the words have already cut deep. We think we're in control, but we're not. We're being controlled by things we can't even see. Old wounds, old stories, old fears dressed up as truth. Your body knows before you do. That's what most people miss. Before you said that sharp thing, before you shut down, before you walked away or lashed out, your body was already moving. Your jaw got tight, your shoulders went up, your breathing got shallow, your stomach dropped. These aren't just physical sensations, they're warning signs. They're your system saying danger, and here's the thing, most of the time there's no real danger, just an old memory pretending to be right now. Think about the last argument you had. Really think about it. What happened in your body first? Did your chest get heavy? Did your face get hot? Did your hands start shaking? Did you feel that surge of energy that wanted to come out as words, as action, as something, anything to make the feeling stop? That's what we're really doing most of the time. We're not responding to the situation. We're trying to escape the feeling the situation created inside us. We think we're defending our point, but really, we're just trying to get rid of discomfort. Someone criticizes us and we feel shame. We don't want to feel shame, so we attack back. Someone ignores us and we feel fear. We don't want to feel fear, so we create a story about how they don't care. Someone challenges us and we feel threatened. We don't want to feel threatened, so we prove we're right, even when being right costs us the relationship. We're not responding to them, we're responding to what's happening inside us, and because we don't see that clearly, we keep trying to fix the inside by controlling the outside. But you can't control the outside. You can't control what people say. You can't control their tone, their timing, their mood, their past, their pain. The only thing you can actually work with is what's happening inside you. And that starts with seeing it, really seeing it, not judging it, not trying to make it go away. just seeing it clearly enough that it doesn't run the show anymore. The Buddha talked about this in a teaching that's thousands of years old but feels like it was written yesterday. He said contact leads to feeling, feeling leads to craving, craving leads to clinging, and clinging leads to suffering. Sounds abstract, right? But watch how it works in real life. You hear a message, that's contact. Your ear touches sound, your mind touches meaning. Then feeling shows up, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. If it's unpleasant, craving appears, the craving to make it stop, to push it away, to fix it, to defend against it. Then clinging happens. You cling to your story, you cling to being right, you cling to your hurt. And now you're not responding to what actually happened, you're responding to the whole structure you just built around it. Here's an example. Your partner comes home and doesn't say hello. That's contact. You feel hurt. That's feeling. Then your mind says, they don't care about me. That's craving and clinging. You're craving to be seen, and you're clinging to the belief that their silence proves you're not. So now, when they finally do talk to you, you're cold, distant. Maybe you make a comment, maybe you don't, but the energy has already shifted, and they feel it, and now they react, and the cycle continues. But what if you saw it differently? What if you noticed the feeling of hurt without immediately turning it into a story? What if you stayed with the discomfort long enough to see it clearly? Oh, there's hurt here, there's a wish to be acknowledged, there's fear that I don't matter, and instead of throwing that at them, you just know it, you hold it, you breathe with it. Maybe you still say something, but it comes from clarity, not from reaction. That's the difference. That's the whole path right there. Now I know what some of you are thinking. This sounds like I'm supposed to just swallow my feelings. Stay quiet. Be passive. Let people walk all over me while I sit there being spiritual. That's not what this is, not even close. The Buddha didn't teach passivity. He taught power, real power. The kind that doesn't need to prove itself. The kind that can hold pain without passing it on. The kind that can set boundaries without cruelty. The kind that can speak truth without violence. There's a difference between suppressing your anger and seeing your anger. Suppression pushes it down, tries to hide it, pretends it's not there. Seeing just knows, anger is here, heat is here, the urge to speak is here, and because you see it, you're not blindly obeying it anymore. You've got space, you've got choice. You can still speak, but now you're choosing your words instead of letting the heat choose them for you. That pause, that tiny gap between stimulus and response, that's where your freedom lives. That's where you stop being a reaction machine and start being a human being with wisdom. Most people never find that gap because they never slow down enough to look for it. They go from feeling to action in half a second, and then they wonder why their relationships are hard. Why the same arguments keep happening, why they keep hurting the people they love. You want to know what changes everything. It's this: learning to pause, learning to feel the heat without letting it become the words, learning to notice the tightness in your chest without making it someone else's problem, learning to sit with your own discomfort long enough that you stop needing to throw it at the world. And I'm not saying it's easy, it's one of the hardest things you'll ever do. Because everything in you wants relief right now. Your body is screaming for it. Your mind is building the case for it. Your ego is telling you that if you don't react, you're weak. But that's the lie. Reacting from heat isn't strength, it's just heat. Real strength is feeling the fire and not letting it burn down everything around you. There's a teaching where the Buddha trains his son. He tells him, before you act, ask yourself, will this action harm me? Will it harm others? Will it harm both? If the answer is yes to any of those, don't do it. Sounds simple. But think about how many words you've said that you knew would cause harm. Think about how many times you've sent a message knowing it would hurt. Think about how many times you've used silence as a weapon. You knew, but you did it anyway. Because in that moment, the need to release the pressure was stronger than the wisdom. That's what we're working with here. We're training the mind to value wisdom over relief. To value truth over winning, to value connection over being right. And that training doesn't happen in a monastery. It happens right here, in your kitchen, in your car, in your messages, in your tone of voice when you're tired, in the look on your face when someone says the thing that always triggers you. You don't need a perfect life to practice this. You just need honesty. You need the willingness to look at yourself without the filter, to see where you're still reacting from a 10-year-old wound, to notice when you're using your words to protect an image instead of to speak truth, to catch yourself in the moment when you're about to make someone else pay for your pain. And yeah, you're going to fail. A lot. You're going to see the reaction after it already happened. You're going to say the thing and then immediately wish you hadn't. That's part of it. But if you're honest about it, if you actually look at what happened instead of justifying it, that failure becomes training. You start to see the pattern. You start to notice it earlier. And one day, maybe not today, maybe not next week, but one day, you'll feel that old heat rising and you'll pause. You'll breathe. You'll see it. And you won't let it run you. That moment, that one moment of clear seeing, that's freedom. That's what the whole path is pointing to. Not some distant enlightenment. Not some perfect state where nothing bothers you. Just the simple human freedom to feel what you feel without becoming it. To be touched by life without being controlled by it. So here's what I want you to do. Next time someone says something that lands wrong, don't try to fix it. Don't try to defend. Don't try to explain. Just stop. Feel your body. Notice your breath. Notice the heat, the tightness, the story starting to form, and just be with it for 5 seconds. That's it. 5 seconds of just knowing what's happening inside you before you do anything about it. That's the training. That's where it starts. You're not trying to become someone who never feels hurt. You're becoming someone who can feel hurt and still choose what happens next. You're not trying to be above it all. You're learning to be right in the middle of it with your eyes open. And when you can do that, everything changes. Your relationships change. Your inner peace changes. The way you move through the world changes because you're not throwing your pain around anymore. You're meeting it. You're holding it. You're letting it teach you. And the people around you feel that. They feel the difference between someone who's defending and someone who's clear. They feel the difference between reaction and response. They might not have words for it, but they know. And slowly, without even trying, you become someone safe. Someone steady, not because you never feel anything, but because you know how to feel everything without making it a war. That's the path. It's not glamorous. It's not always comfortable, but it's real. And it works. Not because some ancient teacher said so, but because you'll see it in your own life. You'll see the moment you didn't react and how much pain that saved. You'll see the pause that protected a relationship. You'll see the clarity that lets you speak truth without cruelty. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being awake. Awake to the moment your body tenses. Awake to the second your mind starts building a case. Awake to the choice that's always there, even when it doesn't feel like it. And the more you practice seeing that choice, the more freedom you have. Not someday. Right now. In the next conversation. In the next moment someone tests you. So if you found something useful here, if this touched something real in you, hit that like button and subscribe to Buddhism Focus for more videos like this. Because this work matters, your inner peace matters, the way you show up in the world matters. And every single moment you choose to see clearly instead of react blindly, you're changing everything, not just for you, but for everyone your life touches. Stay awake, stay honest, and I'll see you in the next one.